Your whistle is back, and I am with a very dear friend of mine, Chuck Valentine with Defiance Ridge Vineyards. Super, super excited to bring Wet Your Whistle back. Do you like that?
Oh, it's wonderful. Hey, it's pretty good. I can do that too, I think.
How well can you whistle?
Oh, wow. Pretty cool.
All right.
I love that wet your whistle thing. That's pretty cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
What the heck is that? Oh, it's this. Come on. Thank God. So there's a bunch of people signing on Instagram. So we want to say hi to Instagram. We want to say hi to X. We want to say hi to Facebook and YouTube. We got about 40,000 people watching right now. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's amazing.
With that. Exactly. Well, I am super thrilled. This has been such a popular segment, Chuck, and we had to go away from it for about 3 or 4 weeks, and everyone's like, will you please bring Wet Your Whistle back? They said, we just like to see you laugh and drink.
Well, I've seen you do that a lot in the past.
Yes, he has.
It's a lot of fun.
He's known, how long have you and I known each other?
2009 or 10.
Oh my goodness. We've had some good times together for sure. And one of the things that I loved when Chuck took over this property is the creative mind behind it. So if you've never been, we're going to do a little introduction. We're going to showcase some things they have coming up. And of course, we're going to cheers. We're going to
taste some wines in the tank.
This is straight out of the tank. We're going to do a little of that this morning, but let's give some background. So Chuck, how, first of all, did you ever get into the wine industry?
Long story. I had a fairly large collection. My father-in-law, John Shillington, great guy, had a property where Chandler Hill is and had land. And we decided one day to build a small boutique winery, which turned out to be a little larger than a boutique winery.
And you just kept growing and growing from there.
Growing.
What is your biggest love about wine?
Oh my gosh. When I got into wine, it was all reds and just learning everything about all wines and the countries and meeting the people, the winemakers behind the scenes and meeting great important people that's in the industry. It's a lot of fun. And having a great staff that you work with understands it. And
hey, that's a true testament to you because Chuck has had people wherever he goes follow. Didn't you have like 40 people follow you over here?
We had a lot of staff.
Yeah, you do. And they're incredible. Yeah. I mean, again, so let's tell everybody where you are. If they've never been to Defiance Ridge Vineyards, where are you located?
We are right before you get into Defiance, big white house property on top of the hill, 5 acres of vineyards in front. And we got a lot of outdoor seating and we do a lot of stuff here.
You do, and we're going to showcase it. I have to thank my field producer today is Mama Jackie, who you know very well.
I do.
She's going to actually showcase some of the vineyards for us, show us a little bit of what kind of walk the camera around so you can see inside of here. You've got some really amazing things coming up. But before we get into all of that, we've been showcasing wines and whiskeys, different spirits. We've had beer, things like that we've shown since we started this particular segment. But a lot of people said, I'm super thrilled that you're going to show Missouri wines.
Great.
Right?
Yeah, that's what we do here. I mean, we serve a lot of wines, but we're very proud of what we do and what we grow and what we make.
And you've won a lot of awards also.
We have. Our winemaker, Tom Murphy, is a fantastic winemaker. He gets a lot of help from our staff, but Tom is brilliant and he sticks by his guns, and he's great to work with.
He is. We call him Murph, right?
The Murph man.
The Murph man. We love him. So we're going to look through some of the wines. And today, if you would like to know what we're going to be sampling, it's these 3 beauties. You want to walk us through these?
Yeah, we're actually going to taste some wines out of the tank that we produced just last fall. We plan on bottling them then end of March, early April. Mm-hmm. And so we'll be tasting Vignoles, we'll be tasting Sauvignon Blanc, Vidal, and Rayon d'Or.
What is Rayon d'Or?
Rayon d'Or is a local grape. It's a French grape. It's a crossbred. It's the vineyard is in Augusta. It's been around a long time, and Mount Pleasant used to make a wine with it that I can't remember the name, but we make it straight Rayon.
Okay,
it's really nice.
So we're going to have some whites and we're going to have a red as well. You do. I love your reds. Just like you said, I started off when I was in my 20s. My mom's back there laughing. Like most of us, we drink sweet whites until someone introduces us to a good red.
Yeah, Boone's Farm and all those fruity wines.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, don't even go there. Oh, my.
No, I'm kidding.
That's
That's not a good thing. So, for a lot of people, and we'll feel free to comment on Facebook, on Instagram. Let us know what your questions are. Look, a lot of people are saying, yay. Let's see. So when you introduce someone from a white to a red, what's the best slow introduction to not just jump from a sweet white to a big, bold red?
Well, really, I think the best way is when most people do start sweet white, is to introduce them into a lighter red, like a Pinot Noir or Chamberson, something like that. On a white end, you move from a sweeter, maybe Vignoles to an off-dry, to a dry Vignoles. Most of your whites in Missouri have a little sweetness in them. I mean, it's just natural.
Yeah.
Some people play around with sugar a little bit, but they're very acidic, and you'll taste some really nice wines, very young, nice wines today.
And so, again, if you're just tuning in, Chuck Gillentine, my good friend, the owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards, we are going to be here every Wednesday. You'll see us interacting together. We're going to showcase different wines, but you also have these amazing dinners coming up. You're also I think you told me in the very near future, you're teaming up and doing something with Side Project?
Yes, that's the end of February, the 24th.
Is it a beer and wine
It'll be
dinner?
here. Yeah, and then the menu's on our website. We're pairing some of their beers with some of our wines, a great food menu. It should be a fun time. I mean, Side Project, what an amazing brewmaster he is. And we worked with him before, and it'll be a fun night.
The food here, by the way, and the fun here, I'm just going to show you some pictures if you've never been. A lot of dancing, some good music, and we'll talk about that. How many weddings did you have in 2023?
Last year, I think we ended up right around 70.
70 weddings. I mean, it's absolutely stunning here. We're going to kind of walk you around, like I said, in a second. But folks, look at this. That food looks incredible, Chuck.
Yeah, chef did a nice job. Yep.
Those scallops look amazing. I want to eat those right now. So you do farmhouse dinners.
We do
Those have been very
farmhouse dinners
successful.
every month. We try to work with some local farmers, and we try to pair wines of our own. I also bring in some winemakers. I've had a couple from Napa come in. We do that also. Normally, we have around 100 people at the dinners.
I've been here. Did you? I don't think I ever told you the story. I brought Michelle, which a lot of you know, she moderates for. She's on right now. She and I came here for her birthday, and it was the day. Do you remember this?
Yep.
The night it started to snow.
Yep, I do remember.
We were all looking out, going, "Oh, we got to wrap this up."
Yep.
And then we drove home, but it was a good thing that it was snowing, because if not, I would have hit a deer. We were driving so slow, and then a deer came flying out in front of us, but we were just inching along.
We don't have any of those out here.
You have no deer?
No deer.
I've never seen one except for that night. It scared it away.
Just kidding.
Again, we're visiting with Chuck. Now, we are going to be sampling. What are we starting with? The Vignoles?
Yes, dry Vignoles. It's from the property, and every year we make a dry and an off dry.
Okay.
We make them a little differently. The off dry is made more traditionally, and we let it sit on the skins longer. And every year it wins a gold medal. The dry Vignoles, we do it. We keep it off the skins, and we call it free running juice. So it doesn't taste textbook like a Vignoles. You get the flavors out of it, but not as much.
So, somebody who's never had a Vignoles before, what would you say it tastes like for?
Oh, you got tropical fruit, peach, mango. It ages well. It gets very dark, but it's got to taste it. On its own, it's probably 30% of the volume in the state is Vignoles.
What would you pair that with?
Oh, spicy foods.
You're talking my language,
Spicy foods, and I mean you could with spicy with pork too, and other things such as that. But Chinese, incredible with sushi. Just a great food wine. It's a fantastic food wine.
See, and this is why we turn it over. I mean, look, since we started this segment, it's really been us having fun. I know a little bit about it, but I like to turn it over to the pros, because I'll start saying, oh, maybe pair it with this, pair it with that. But that's what I thought. So I am getting better in my palate, and I thought this would be very good just from the nose alone, that we could pair it with spicy. Okay, we're going to look at some comments. Good afternoon, not good morning. Good afternoon to all of you. Michelle, thank you for being on. Terry, how many tickets are you selling for the Ruby concert in July? Hoping to get some before it sells out.
700.
Oh my goodness. Oh, let's pack this place.
And
That's going to be
we're
fun.
moving up. We're we've got a ways to go, but it's early, and I think we've sold about a third so far.
And there again, Ruby Leigh live in concert July 4th at Defiance Ridge, and I've been having fun with this show.
You're emceeing.
I am emceeing, but
Yep.
they have to stick around for this.
Yep. Fireworks. We do a double fireworks show.
Oh wait, double?
Yes, it's a really nice. It's down below the vineyards, and young Zach, who's at the bar, and my son Justin just walked in. They do the fireworks show.
I have not been able to see a fireworks show out here, and
It's
cannot
nice.
wait.
It's very, very good. They know what they're doing.
Property alone is just stunning. So yes, those tickets are on sale, and you've got some time, but I wouldn't wait to get to those. They can just go to your website.
Yep.
Which is?
It's the channel, DefianceRidgeVineyards.com.
Defiance Ridge Vineyards.
I did it again.
Yes, you
and,
did.
But it's under Ticket Tailor, and you go to our event calendar on the website, and it'll scroll down, and it will eventually take you to that event.
Okay, and I think if you all just look in the comments, if you're on Facebook right now, I know there's multiple platforms we're on, but if you're on Facebook, Michelle is dropping in links for you. Anybody that's on Instagram, if you want to say hi, anything you want us to talk about, any questions you have about the wines, let us know. Terry said, do you have a bunkhouse?
Someday.
We are going to say what they're building here. Good afternoon. Can't wait to visit this place. Good. Build it and we will come, they said. They're building some
There's
things.
a lot of great B&Bs and little places in Defiance and Augusta that you can stay. They're there. So.
Yes, but you've got some exciting things to come. We're going to talk about Valentine's dinner. We talked a little bit about the farmhouse dinners. We're going to taste these wines. We're going to run through. We're going to take a quick break. If you've never been to Defiance Ridge Vineyards, look it up right now. We just gave you the website. And again, look at the upcoming events calendar. Great music that's coming up besides Ruby Leigh. I want you to come out here. We're going to showcase it. I'm going to bring Mama Jackie, my little producer, my field producer, showing us while we're doing some tasting. So we're going to start with the Vignoles. Stay with us. We'll do that when we return. We need women to lift women up.
Let's do that. Let's go. Being on Monica's show, it was like one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Monica's very real, and she really cares about people.
She's changing lives.
Changing lives.
I think this is just really what people want to see.
Giving back so much to the community, and I really appreciate it.
Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with her viewers and her listeners.
Made the interview process like talking to a friend.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Hey. You're close.
Monica. Whoa.
So go out in this world and be anything you want to be. But before you do that, first, be kind.
All right, welcome back. It is Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We've brought it back, so start telling your friends, your family. They can watch us again on Facebook, on YouTube, we're on X, and on Instagram. And that from here forward will be all of our platforms as we build and build and build. It's super exciting. Okay, let's start things out. You mentioned, again, the Vignole and different things we compare with. If you're a sushi lover, if you're a spicy food fan like I am, this would be good. So nose-wise, what would you tell them? What I smell...
You smell a lot of maybe a little pineapple. Bananas, a little apricot. This, as I was telling you beforehand, Vignoles really develops over time. And 6 months from now, it'll smell totally what it should smell like now. This is so young. It's still developing flavors. We've been making Vignoles since 2009. And Tom's done really well.
We have to bring him on one of the upcoming shows. Will he do that?
I'll make him.
I will make him. Okay, cheers, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are super excited to have you part of this.
Great acid.
Very acidic.
Very acidic.
So how much will that change in 6 months?
This will change quite a bit.
Pull the acidity down?
The acid will stay.
It will.
It will, and that's what makes it a great food wine. We put a little bit of sugar on this, like 1/4%, to break up some of the acid tartness to it. And then the off dry when we bottle it, that's the blue bottle. It has about 1% sugar, And with it sitting on the
bottle.
skins, it turns into a kind of really a fruit bomb.
It's kind of like this color.
Yeah,
I love that. They're beautiful.
Cobalt blue.
Yeah, that's Monica blue.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
change it. It's called Monica blue. Mom, I'm going to bring her camera into this and give us an opportunity to showcase. If you've never been here, okay, we're going to look at the outside vineyards. Tilt it down for me just a little bit, Mom. And there might be a little stutter in it because we're working off of Wi-Fi. Oh, she almost dropped it. Okay, can you tilt it down just a bit? And then we're gonna walk. There we go. And then go ahead and walk that way. So I'm going to bring her camera up. So we're looking at Defiance Ridge. So when you get a chance to come, as far as your seating outside, how many do you have seating for?
Well, we can seat nearly 700. We know that. And
Outside, and what about inside?
outside and inside.
So a total 700.
But I would say we could probably seat more than that inside and out total.
And
We have
then-
2 new decks.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about.
And with the inside is enormous. So
And you just keep building on this, which I love. You've got some plans for this property just to continue forward. And then Mom, go ahead and tilt it this way. Yeah, she's going to show you. So this is the outside, that home. So this used to be Wine Country Gardens.
used to be Wine Country Gardens. The old home was built in 1897. And in fact, we have a new wine line coming out with reserve West Coast wines called 1897.
Oh,
And that's
breaking news.
We should have some of those in the next 2 months.
Okay.
We're doing a lot of different things in the wine business.
Do you think you have enough glasses to serve the 700? I always
Glasses
love
is
to
a
take
constant challenge.
people are saying beautiful place it is. So there's a little
Thank you.
background. There's a little stutter on it, but there's a little background. Hi, Mama Jackie. Thanks for being here with us. So we're talking about Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and again, not just Missouri wines, but you've got, as you mentioned earlier, a great connection to Napa Valley. How did you have this combination with the Wagner family? Because I know you've got a special cellar dinner coming up.
Chuck Wagner visited Defiance back in 2012, and for some reason I was the lucky person that got a call from Camus to escort him around the state. So it was just an incredible opportunity for me, and we've built on that over the years. And he visits Defiance a couple times a year.
Oh, okay. You have to let us know the next time he's in.
Well, we're hoping to have another Camus wine dinner sometime in the next several months, maybe. He has done a couple of them for us.
And do you always do your farmhouse dinners and those dinners on the same nights?
We do them on the second Wednesday of each month.
So that we need to do what I'm getting at is we have to do a wet your whistle with him.
Well, that would be wonderful if we could. I'm sure if he comes here, that we'll probably have to do it on a Friday or Saturday night, just because of the nature of growing it to a 250 person event.
I'm going to do this because I want you to talk about that. Tell them what's coming up in your cellar.
Okay, so it started doing a cellar dinner. We had the first one last week, and these are wines from my cellar, and they're we do a 5-course dinner that we pair these incredible wines with, and the wines for the February dinner, which is the last Wednesday of February, is a 5-course dinner, and the beef course will be side by side pairings with Camus 08 and 09. We'll have 2014 Donham Pinot Noir, Strasbourg Champagne and sparkling wine, and then we have Chardonnay from Marish Vineyards and Dundee Hills, plus a French Sauvignon Blanc.
These are from your cellar. I'm going to break into your cellar. Or I'm just going to come to that event. So the cellar dinner, what's the date on it again?
It's the last Wednesday of the month, is 28th.
The 28th.
Yeah.
And tickets are on sale for that?
They are on sale on the website. We limit it to about 30 people.
Okay.
We do it in this room. And, the food is fantastic. The dinner the other night, Chef Chris did a great job. And
you do have a great chef here.
And he does a nice job. And the wines paired wonderfully. And we had a great evening.
How many courses for the cellar dinner?
5 courses.
5 courses.
Yep.
And again, tickets are on sale right now. How much are the tickets?
They're about $225.
Okay.
But considering you have
those Camuses alone.
Yeah, a lot of value in those wines, and that does not include the ports. Which
Hey,
we'll
Mom,
have
don't
poured also.
open those camas. I'm just kidding you. So if any of you that have ever been here, what are some of your favorite memories since you have been here? You have some really great bands that you book that come out here. Phenomenal music. I mean, I love the fact that you have Ruby coming up, but really supporting some of the amazing local bands. I've seen Scott and Carl out here, which they're so funny.
We've been with Scott and Carl for a long time.
Yeah, well, and they're extremely entertaining. Who do you have coming up that you're really excited about? I mean, again, I don't want to knock anybody because you're all great, but
well, our website has a
new?
list of everybody. We have probably 6 or 8 bands that they turn every week or every month, and they've been great for us. And website has them all listed. Garden Party is constant with us all the time. We do this year we'll do our second year of our summer concert series. I think we have 15 Friday nights from June all the way through August. My son Trevor's booked some incredible bands, and last year I think we averaged about 500 people a concert.
Wow. And they just, again, you saw some of the property that we were showing you, filling in the seats, sitting on the lawn. I mean, again.
Tickets are cheap.
Yes.
And
what a great way to spend.
It is. And they very happy with that.
Defiance Ridge Vineyards, again, and we are visiting here. If you've never been, we're showcasing so that you can see it. Somebody said, I love Scott and Carl. Oh, they played at your aunt's wedding. I love that. Hello to you. Again, let's welcome everybody that is on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on X. Share the love, Michelle. Oh, she's there we go. Michelle, thank you. She's posting over on our Instagram folks as well. Okay, so can I ask this question? Because people always, when they're planning something at their home and they're lining out all these different wines, and it's something that maybe they're newer to, they're always trying to figure out, where do you start? And is it always whites before reds?
Yeah, I mean, it's according to what your food you're serving with it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But normally, yeah. Usually your drier whites, you always taste dry to sweet and build from there to rosé to, to Pinots to your bigger reds.
He pointed at me because he knows what I like. Okay, so the Vignoles, I love this, by the way. So fans of spicy food, sushi, I think this would be good with Thai.
Oh, yes. Most
Asian.
definitely, yeah.
I mean, there's multiple levels of this. This is a really nice one, though, it feels like we're going into spring or summer. I am not complaining about this weather.
Beautiful day, beautiful week coming up.
So let's talk about your hours. I know Monday through Wednesday right now it's 11 to 3.
And that lasts till the end of daylight saving times, and then we'll be back to 5.
Okay.
And weekends it's 11 to 5.
But on Thursdays,
Thursday nights we're open to 9.
Yeah, 11 to 9.
Yep.
And then
kitchen
Friday,
closes at 8, but
Friday, Saturday.
Friday in the winters we do trivia nights.
Yeah, let's talk about trivia.
And
a lot of you love trivia. I know that.
We've got 12 or 13 of those. We've already had 3 or 4, and they fill up. I think we end up having around 300 people each
When's
Friday
your next
night.
one?
This Friday
So it's
night.
every
Yep.
Friday?
Every Friday night.
What's the trivia about this Friday? Do you know?
You have to look on the web. I tell you, I leave all this to Trevor. Trevor does a great job with it. And he's doing inventory. It's month end. But
trivia.
We had Taylor Swift last Friday night.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. So
I bet you that was huge.
It was full.
Yeah, of course.
It was full.
Everybody's all about the
great
Swifties.
idea, and we started doing it last year. And give credit to my son and his wife for coming up with it. So,
do you think she'll be at the Super Bowl?
Oh yes.
She's got it. Well, this is why everybody's asking, because she has a concert, I think, in Japan, and so. But people have done the math. She absolutely can make it. I'd be shocked if she doesn't.
She'll be there.
She'll be there, exactly. It's Travis Kelce's girlfriend.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's it. Oh my God. They don't show her enough during the games.
Hold on now. And I heard that this morning she's only averaging like 30 seconds a game of coverage.
So somebody, a good friend of mine, they posted and said, why is everybody hating on this? When you break the entire game down, the screen time is not even 90 seconds for the entire.
It's nothing.
Yeah. But it's the fact that people that don't like her or people that don't want it.
I mean, she's a tremendous singer. My goodness.
So I know a lot of moms like her to be kind of an idol for their young kids,
Mm-hmm.
and which again, she's taken over the tween world. Okay, so we're going to transition from a Vignole to what?
The next wine is the
Oh, that's
Rayon
the
d'Or.
Rayon. Okay,
Yeah.
so what is the grape in the Rayon d'Or?
Rayon d'Or is a French grape that's a crossbred that grows. There's very little of it grown in the state. I mean, my guess there's maybe only 50, 60 acres in the whole state.
Okay.
Maybe that much. It's known as a blending grape, but we make it total Rayon, and I think you'll see why.
Mom, can you do me a favor? Well, we're going to let you taste some of these. Can you grab those two that are closest to Chuck and I? We're visiting right now. Do you have any questions for Chuck about? Yes, please. The one on the left is mine, and the one on the right is. Oh, this has got a really pretty gold color. Okay,
This
now
is very
that's
dark.
his.
That's mine. Okay, there you
Yep. And then Mom. So you want to show your face real quick, Mama Jackie? So, please do. Somebody was asking the other day, "How's Mom doing? Wait, is she okay?" There's Mama Jackie. I'm gonna let you. I don't have anything, so you can taste that. So the coloring, I like to show the coloring in this. We'll go a little closer. It's more.
The first two wines we're drinking are very dark.
This one's a little darker.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So this is our Vignole. And what's the price point on this one, Chuck? The
32.
32. And what about the Rayon?
It'll be 32 also.
Both of them 32? Okay.
We try to keep it simple.
Oh, very perfumey.
Yep, it's nice.
Wow.
It's a great little drinker. It's a great summer wine.
I can't wait for summer. So will you be crazy packed over the next few days because of the gorgeous weather?
Saturday should be a big day, I would think. A lot of people trying to get out.
Can you tell people, because people that are new to wines, why we do what we just did?
Well, you're trying to get air into the wine, and the more you swirl it, the more the oxygen gets in it, so it can open up.
He swirls better than me.
You may.
Sure.
And then when you sip wine, you really need to let it swish in your mouth to get.
Like mouthwash.
You really do, to get the full flavors and everything.
Let the wine go across your teeth. I like this one really. This, I don't know. I want you to taste those, Mom. See what you think.
You said like a mouthwash.
Like mouthwash.
I would like that for mouthwash.
I like that for mouthwash. Okay, so what would you pair with this? Oh, look at the the legs on this. Can you?
The alcohol legs,
see
even
it.
though these are under 13%, it's pretty thick wines. You
Yeah,
know?
it is. It's really attaching to the glass.
So any good white fish would work with this. Chicken breast, pasta with cream.
I was gonna say a white, not a red.
White pasta would work with it. Yeah, white
What kind of
fish.
fish? A white fish. A delicate or a little bit
Cod
more?
would be great with it. Anything white that you can buy at the store would work with this.
Do you have many people that come into Defiance Ridge and as they get ready to hear these and go, oh, you know what? I don't have an opportunity to just hang for the day, but can I just pop in and buy a bottle or buy a few for my cellar?
Sure.
Do they do that a lot?
Yep.
Just kind of take out?
Up until now, we've sold only here. So
Right.
we're going to branch out and do a little bit of wholesale and some.
Are you?
Yeah, we're starting slow. I mean, we've sold out of our wines every year, so there was really no need to do that. But we're starting some private label champagnes that the program will start in the next couple of months. We're starting a new wine club that's going to be an upper tier wine club above what we already have, and that will go out in the next couple of weeks.
And what's that going to look like? So how, if we want to be a part, if all of you want to be a part of the wine club, what does that look like?
Well, the wine club now is you get 20% off
Okay.
every time you come out. Every time you come out, you can bring a guest and you can have a glass of wine. That's part of your wine club contract. You get to make reservations, which is a big key, and we only ask that you be here by noon. But they get 20% off to the dinners and that whole bit.
And so what's changing in the one that's coming in a couple
What's
weeks?
changing is we're going to up that a little bit on what you get off. Plus, we're going to start selling some incredible world-class wines by the glass. I think we'll probably have around 20 wines.
Okay.
And the wine club, upper tier wine club member will get a discount off of it. And I mean, this will be world-class. We'll have Cayman Special Select on the menu. We'll have wines like Pride Merlot.
Good wine.
And some incredible Chardonnays, and it's going to be nice.
Again, we're visiting with Chuck Gillentine. We're talking about Defiance Ridge Vineyards, talking right now about the wine club aspect and sampling some of these wines. You also do, we mentioned earlier the Wagner family and Camus collaboration. So will you take some of your grapes and then they have them in the California soil? And do you do that kind of a blend ever?
We have in the past
Yeah.
blended a little bit of a big red into a Norton,
That's what I remember.
like 10%, to keep the Norton characteristics. And it works real well. Gives, Norton's, again, is another acidic red that it gives it a little bit of body. Now, we do it both ways. We do 100%, and then we do a little bit, maybe up to 10%.
Okay.
Never
So-
more than that.
Talk about the Norton grape, because I think it's gotten a bad rep from people who say, I can't do Missouri reds. Why do you think, if they're so used to California or they're used to Italy or French or Washington, Oregon, whatever, what is it that they're tasting that's so different in the
Well,
North?
first of all, we're who we are, okay? And we've had this conversation
Yes,
before.
we have.
we're Missouri, okay? And Missouri makes grapes that are thick skinned. They're meant to grow here. They're meant to go through what we just went through with these temperatures, and so therefore, you get a different season for them, and especially Norton is the last grape I always pick during the year. It's harvested. You like to go as far as you can, late October, even if you can. Unfortunately, you're dealing with farmers who own most of the grapes, the Norton grapes in the state. And the longer they let it sit out in the field, the more they're going to lose to animals and birds and this and that. And so they do control when it's picked. Therefore, you're getting a grape that, if it's not in your control, it's coming in at brick counts that are sugar counts that are lower. Therefore, you got to make up for that. And Norton's known to be acidic. Some people say astringent. I think the better barrel you use, the more skin contact that you keep on the grape, the better Norton you make. And you just work it and through years of making it and try to make it better. There's some great Nortons in this state.
Well, and I was just going to say that. So you all really, I don't want to force you to do anything, but everybody should just keep an open mind. So one Norton's not going to taste like the next, and the years are going to change it. The soil's going to change it. The climate changes, the weather, everything. Rainy season, dry season. There's so many levels. It is really a true passion and an art that goes into one bottle of wine, and it blows my mind. And I think you and I either talked about it in one of our past interviews, but it was always people who go into the wine industry. It's really more of a farming aspect.
It's farming,
right?
It is farming. Once you get it off the vine, the winemaker's got to take over then.
Yeah.
And they got to be smart and do what they're supposed to do. You don't want to oxidize it. You don't want to do things that will make it, tougher.
And that's where the true chemistry comes into
But
play.
this happens in California too.
Yes.
The difference between a $100 bottle and a $20 Cabernet is how they crop it.
That question's been asked on this show before. People are like, well, how come I can buy a $10 bottle of wine and I see this one over here is like 150 or 200? What constitutes a difference in that?
Well, you're probably getting a ton an acre compared to maybe 6 or 7 tons an acre off the higher volume wine.
There you go. There's your answers. So let's see. Terry says, hi to you, Mama. First tasting was the 2022 Heath Dry Vignoles. I showed that to you earlier. Cheers. Hugs to all of you. Missouri. Yes, so everybody's doing cheers to Missouri. I know you all wanted to see that, and that's one thing we haven't had a chance to do since we launched this show, is that we have been featuring more of the California, I guess, and other states.
We feature
have
California
Washington.
also, and we feature Oregon, and we feature Washington State.
That's why I love Defiance. Okay, what are we doing next? So Michelle, thank you so much. She is breaking down for you what we've tried. So we had the Heath Dry Vignole.
We'll be drinking Vidal Blanc next.
Oh, Vidal. Okay, so how is this different from people who know Sauvignon Blanc? What's the difference between that and a Vidal?
They kind of compare a lot. Okay, they're both more of a blending grape, even though Vidal Blanc is probably made more on its own than the others other than the Vignole. Vidal is it makes a great wine. It makes a great ice wine.
Tell them what an ice wine is.
Ice wine, true ice wine, is not picked till the grapes are frozen, and you know the quantities are very low because you got frozen grapes that you're extracting whatever juice is left in it after they're frozen, and that's same thing with the sauternes are made after the botrytis sets in and things like that, but they're expensive because they get only so much off an acre. They don't get a whole lot.
Okay. Chuck's is on the right.
Which one's next?
That one right there, closest to us.
The closest. That one.
Just that one and that one. So my mom's trying to help out everybody. By the way, she's doing great.
That one
and that one. Those are the same.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that one there. Yes.
Thank you.
And
this is
his.
This is mine. Thank you.
Mama Jackie's the best field producer ever. I am glad you're here. Otherwise, we'd be jumping up and down. Okay, now this is actually lighter in color.
I was going to say the color on Vidal is always lighter.
Oh, very light nose too.
It's right now it's got a little bit of greenness in it, just a bit, but again it's perfumey. It's got good minerality in it.
You're teaching me better. Look, I'm doing a better swirl.
No, you know what? It's just you should. You're athletic. You should be able to do it.
So what goes into that? I got to work my forearm a little bit more.
I can't do it left. I can do it right-handed really well.
Oh yeah, I don't think I can do it.
Been doing it a long time.
Okay. I don't think I can pick out what I'm smelling yet.
So you get a lot of apple.
Apple. Okay. Yeah. Now you put it in my brain.
Okay. And when you taste this, first thing you're going to say is, this is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's just
It
natural.
is sweet, folks.
It's naturally. I mean, it's not sweet.
Oh, but it's really.
But it has zero sugar
Now
in it.
you just took me to my pool.
Yep.
This is a good pool wine.
Oh, this is a great summer. Another great summer wine.
Absolutely. I like this for a summer even more than that one.
I mean,
what's the price point on this guy?
It's 32. All our whites are 32.
All the whites are 32. Okay. I don't have to ask that question anymore, folks. Do you have any questions for us, by the way? Yes. Cheers to Missouri, by the way. When opening a bottle of wine, Chuck, if you don't drink it, this is a good question. If you don't drink it all that evening, how long does that open bottle last?
If it's screw cap, it will last a while. I mean, you're shutting the oxygen out of it. If it's got a cork, there's apparatuses you can buy to pump the air out, and normally they can last another, 2 or 3 days. But if you open a nice bottle of Chardonnay or Pinot or Big Red, make sure you drink it in a couple of days. Share it, or put your mind at 2 glasses and have 2 glasses the next day. Most of the time, these wines, even if you leave them alone overnight, don't even cork them, the next day they taste fantastic. They're in the bottle, but I would say after that, you can smell oxygen once it hits. Once you start smelling oxygen in wine, then it's pretty much cooked.
This is dangerous, Chuck.
This
is really good.
This is nice.
Cheers to this one.
Thank you.
This is fantastic.
This is local also, local grapes.
Yeah, my mom just said I have to make sure that I have this around the pool. Yes. This is fantastic. And what's the year on this?
23.
23?
All these are 23.
All of these are 23. Yep. Okay. Wow. Folks, you got to try this. We're sampling again Defiance Ridge Vineyards. If you're just tuning in, and welcome aboard. If you're brand new to the show, we do this now. We're back to doing Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we will be featuring Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and we're showcasing all of this. We're getting ready for the big Ruby Leigh concert. If you haven't heard, she's coming July 4th. Tickets are on sale. I'd say get them early because the ticket prices will go up the day of, if they're even available at that point.
Hopefully we'll sell out before that.
Yeah. We're going to do that. We're going to have you all relax the finger, Monica, but not too much. Swirl, baby, swirl. Hello, Carrie. Terry, do you have another question? Okay, which one are you tasting now? Oh, the Vidal Blanc. So we have done, we started with the Vignoles, then we did the Rayon d'Or, and then this is the Vidal Blanc. My favorite so far, if you want Monica's favorite, is this one. What's your favorite of the 3 so far?
I would say the next one is my favorite.
We have one more, folks. Hold on. Stay here with us. What's the next one?
It's Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, I do love a Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, Mom, will you hand us the Sauvignon Blanc? Mom hasn't tasted any of these yet. You got to taste these. No, that's over there. Oh, you're going to move these up? Okay, so again, trivia night's coming up. Cellar dinners, Valentine's dinner.
Valentine's dinner, yeah, we're it's on the 14th this year. It's a paired dinner, just like it's on our farmhouse dinner night.
Oh,
So with the menu's out, and it's selling out pretty quickly.
is Valentine's on Wednesday?
It is on
Yes.
Wednesday.
Okay.
And should be a fun night. We got chef's got a great menu.
What? How many courses again? Is it
It'll be
five?
five courses.
Do you know what the menu is by chance, or just check the website?
Check the website.
Okay.
I write these menus, okay, but I can't. I write so many of them.
Is it always a beef portion?
I try to work with either a champagne or a white, maybe a Pinot or Sangiovese, something like that, and then go to the bigger reds. And I do like to use champagne a lot.
The one on the right is his. So yeah, that one's his.
And the good thing about, we have so many wines here that we have, when we do our pairings, we do food pairings the week before the dinner, and we may change the wine. It's just according when the chef brings out the food, taste everything. I may have something paired that I will, and it happens all the time that I change on the spot, because the funniest thing is Missouri wines with acidity are such good food wines that they will knock out a West Coast wine has all the time.
By the way, tell them the history. I love the history of this area. It's the first AVA, correct?
Augusta is the first AVA,
Right.
And we are not in Augusta. We are not in the Augusta AVA. When they wrote the rule or the law, they instead of having a normal size AVA, the people who did it, the guys who founded, and I don't blame them, did it to protect Augusta directly.
Ah.
And so that is what happened. And, that happened in the 60s. It's a great story. I heard it from Lucian Dressel, who was actually there when it happened. And it's actually a funny story how I have it.
The Dressel family, amazing. I love them. Class acts for sure. So Augusta was, and so Defiance wasn't included in all of that.
At the time, Sugar Creek was the closest
That was the
winery.
cut? Okay.
And the cut actually was just about where Montel is now.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. I don't know if you all know that, by the way, but we should be proud of that here in Missouri. Okay, this is Chuck's favorite. I haven't tasted it yet, but that one was my favorite. This might take over. All right, cheers to our last one.
This is nice.
What are you smelling here?
I get a lot of minerals right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it smells to me
This is very
like a
lemony to
Pinot
me.
Gris. You do get some lemon in it, but it actually to me has the nose of an Oregon Pinot Gris.
Have you all
That
had
stone
that, by the way?
fruit.
Stone fruit, yes. Let me see. So we're into.
It's very clean, and again, you get it's kind of a little sweetness like a Pinot Gris can have. I think it's delicious, and not a whole lot of Sauvignon Blanc made on its 100% Sauvignon Blanc either.
And these are all 2023s, by the way, folks. So as you're seeing this, if you just want to come up and beautiful wine country, this the roads. We're going to have gorgeous weather over the next few days. So here's my idea for you. Come out, maybe go hiking over, do the Lewis and Clark Trail,
Yep.
which we did on the day, this is what he'll always remember, on the day of my bridal shower.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember what my sister-in-law made? You
Well,
probably
that was in
yeah, I know, at Chandler.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a really fun thing to do. So we went out and we went hiking, and then we came over with a group of the girls. I'm sure you probably have a bunch of bachelorette
And the
parties.
trail is right there.
Yeah.
And the trail is literally nearly on our property.
Do you have a ton of bachelorette parties that come out here?
Oh yes, we have a lot.
We weren't too wild for you. Oh, he's looking at mom.
What do you think?
We were pretty
No,
good.
you guys are okay. I do
sister-in-law
have
made
pictures.
this crazy
I do
boots.
have
I
pictures of that
pictures
day.
too. There are some pictures that have never been posted.
Yeah.
You took us on. Well, that's the thing that I love. Do you do tours so people?
Yep.
Yes.
We do tours.
If you've never taken a tour of the winery to see the behind the scenes of the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into it, you should.
Well,
It's a great history.
Tom does our tours,
Oh,
and
I love
it's I talked him into doing it a couple years ago, and we call them Murph tours, and he does a great job. And He explains everything.
He's a character in himself, for sure.
He is a character, and he loves for people to taste his wines.
Well, okay, so if I came to your home and you and your beautiful wife, cheers to her, and
Cheers.
congratulations,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Thank you.
I've known him for a long, long time. You look so happy.
Well, we have a lot of fun drinking wine and making food, and this wine would be a fish wine. It could be a salmon wine. It could be.
I like salmon because I love salmon. I can see salmon with this. Could
Yes.
I do a little blackened salmon with this?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Folks, there you go.
We're actually doing salmon, I think, tomorrow night. So
and I'm coming over. He's like, uh-oh, I got to pick a better color. Hi, excited to take a trip out here. Okay, good. Yes, if you've never been, folks, I want you to come. Check out their website. Michelle's been posting everything that we've been drinking so far, and the website, all the things that are coming up for you, some really amazing events. I'd love to see you because, yes, I am emceeing and bringing the gorgeous, beautiful soul of Ruby Leigh. Now, have you met her yet?
only on TV. I've talked to her dad a couple of times.
Casey, I love him. But Ruby is just so exactly what you saw in The Voice. She's so down to earth. It's definitely one of my favorite interviews of the last year. And with just the whole family, we just fell in love with each other. And I'm so proud of her. I'm actually glad she didn't win The Voice because...
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah, well, that's any of these, Chuck, seriously, any of these America's Got Talent, The Voice, you name it, they're locked into so much. And I think that one was maybe a 9-year contract that they would have been.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Right? So you think about, well, you're excited to win.
But then
what
really
happens?
tied in.
You're tied in, right? So since she was a runner-up, sometimes I think it's more beneficial, honestly.
Well, she used to play at Cora's out in Lake Sherwood, Marthasville. Mm-hmm. And my wife and Cora were close, and that's how we were able to kind of get the ball rolling on this.
I'm so happy. You, all of you, you've got to be here on the 4th of July. So think about it. Again, we're telling you in enough advance notice to go ahead and start planning your 4th of July with your family, with your friends. Tell everybody, hey, come out here. Have some great wine,
great
food.
Barbecue for the day and
barbecue
specials and the dual fireworks. We'll have music beforehand also. We do not have that booked yet. We're trying to get something that will complement her.
Yeah.
And but we will have a music beforehand.
And your doors are opening at 4?
Yes.
And then the band beforehand is 5:30 to 7?
It will probably maybe be even earlier, 5 to 7. And
but then she's at 7:30.
And then she's at 7:30. Yes.
7:30 to 9, and then fireworks?
And then fireworks.
9:15.
Yep.
I can't wait for that. Folks, I again love Defiance Ridge. Great wine, great food. I love the fact that you've been here. And for all of you that I'm seeing are on Instagram, welcome aboard, by the way. I love the fact that we were able to launch on Instagram for our morning show today and then doing our Wet Your Whistle. The menu looks amazing. They're looking at your website right now. Smoked trout board, yum. What's your favorite food out here? If you
I love the smoked trout board.
There you go, Sarah.
It's a great board. We make an incredible brisket burger. If
That's
people don't like
husband's
hamburgers,
favorite.
to really like a good gourmet burger, we make it 2 ways. One that's got little jalapenos on it, and the other has a grilled egg, an egg on it, and they're fantastic. We got some staple dishes. Our chicken salad is great. We do a Reuben that's amazing.
I'm not a Reuben fan, but that's what I've been told by your staff. They're like, Monica, you got to try the Reuben.
It is great. And then we smoke our own brisket and pork and chicken wings.
I like your chicken salad.
We utilize that
slaw.
kitchen. Our slaw is great. Yep, it's really good. We get a lot of compliments.
And you have some good soups too.
They make great soups.
What is the smile for?
No, I look. My chef. I just think he's great. He nothing goes to waste. The old story about a kitchen that uses everything and what's left over they use for soup. Mm-hmm. That's true here.
Well,
and he does a great job. Every day you go back and he's working on another soup.
They're really
he's pretty
good.
ingenious with it.
You do have again, let's say it again. You have a fantastic staff here. Your chef is amazing. You have just a heart of gold. And that's why I was so thrilled when he said, let's do this. The Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, let's do this. Let's showcase Missouri. Let's put Missouri back into your thought process. Again, we just featured some really incredible whites. Michelle, thank you for posting all of those so you guys can go back through. You can pop in here, spend some time with your significant other, with some girlfriends, you couples out, whatever you want to do. For the next few days, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'd love for you to pack this patio. You're just continuing to build on here. Plans for the future?
Eventually, we'd like to have another event center, and the plans are there. We need to wait till the rates come back down a bit.
Yeah.
But, the other thing that we just started last year, we work with, I don't know if you know Tony White. Tony Tomato. Tony is Tony's incredible grassroots farmer. He probably sells to just about every high-end restaurant in town. Vegetables, mainly his tomatoes. He greenhouses. He does it all. But this past year, he had over 4,000 tomato plants on our property.
Wow.
And so that's something we've started. We're working on that. We're working on to put a tunnel out so we can grow things year-round. And, it supplies our kitchen. And we grow a lot of stuff, a lot of plants.
They want your wine. Will you ever have like cottages or anything like that on the property to stay?
I'm sorry.
Will you ever have like cottages or anything like that on the property? Is that like? I'm sure people have asked you that.
Before. Maybe.
Yeah.
We thought about building cottages, but we also need space for events.
Yeah.
And to have a strong wedding business, it would be nice to have a building on its own.
Right.
And so that's kind of priority. And then if we go further, I think we're going to need more land. So.
Absolutely. So, we talked about the weddings earlier. Let me show you some of these beautiful pictures one more time. So event space, you've got something coming up that you want to plan. I mean, look at those table settings, just absolutely gorgeous. We are showcasing, again, some of the wine. Oh, we didn't do the cab, but they have an incredible Cabernet. That's your reserve cab, isn't it?
That's a reserve cab.
That's 2020? 2020?
Yep.
Okay. And so, again, just a lot of fun. Here's a look at the property for you again. Coming out, make sure you would love to listen to music and do a little dancing. Here's some of the weddings that they have. How many do you have on the books already for this year?
This year, I think we're down a little bit, but I think we're a little bit above 60 right now.
Okay. So if you have anybody that you know that is engaged, just you know that the engagement, the proposal is right around the corner. You want to tell them to come out and look at this property and see just how beautiful it is out here. And plan again ahead for viewing it. Do you have a full bar? Terry says beer.
Yes, we do. We have beers and we do have a full bar.
Well, and we said earlier, if you didn't tune in earlier, that they're doing a project with a beer and wine dinner coming up with side projects.
Side projects. Yeah.
And so there's just a lot of things. Check out their calendar, check out their event space. Again, all of these wines Michelle has posted for you, and we're going to showcase different ones. And again, continuing to tell you about just how much fun it is out here if you've never been. The thing that I love is if you're driving in, well, it depends. If you're coming in from Washington, then you just come a little bit deeper in towards 94. But for all of us that come off of Highway 40, I love the fact that you are right there.
7 miles.
Yeah, it's that easy. Please, I can't stress this enough. Designated driver. Take a Lyft, take an Uber, maybe have a limousine come. Do you have limousines and buses come up?
We have everything.
Okay. So because I know some people are like, oh no, the buses, they have to park down below. Love you, my friend. Love the fact that you are part of this new Wet Your Whistle for 2024, because I know a lot of you missed that. If there's anything that you would like for Chuck and I to talk about over the coming weeks and months, please let us know. What are you excited about as far as being a part of our team? Because you're now a part of our team.
Well, I've always liked working with you.
Thank
you. I really have. You shoot straight and you're fun. And, we just got a good history together. We've had a lot of fun together.
We have.
So,
we got a lot of fun ahead.
Yep, and we do. And I appreciate it. You always think of us, and
I love you guys.
Appreciate it.
We've celebrated so much with this guy, and I want you to do the same. So yes, everybody, I look forward to having you come out here and to showcase and see it. And who knows, when did you say after daylight savings time you change your hours?
We changed back to normal hours.
So some of you might be here when we do a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday and come
Maybe.
in and cheers with us and have a little wine with us. Well, thank you again. Thank you. And thank
Cheers,
you
folks.
to all of you. Cheers. And open up your favorite bottle of wine. If you're not a wine drinker, maybe beer, or you want to open some. Do you guys ever do anything with bourbons or anything like that here?
We do sell them in our a few.
But you don't do any dinners or anything like that, do you?
We've had a couple bourbon
Oh, have
dinners.
you?
Yeah. We've had 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, Jim's missed out on those. So yes, they do have a full bar. They do have beer. If you're not a wine drinker, come out.
We have a
and just
tequila
enjoy
dinner
it.
coming up in May.
You have a tequila dinner?
Yep. A food pairing.
Do you know that
dinner.
when we did Wet Your Whistle, that was the very first thing that they had us feature straight out of the gate. I'm like, tequila? You're killing me here.
Oh, it's amazing and
To learn about. Yeah, not the tequila like doing shots of tequila, but
it's
to actually
food and
taste it.
tequila, and,
Yeah.
and the menu looks great. Looks fantastic.
Interesting. All right, we're going to let our field producer, Mama Jackie, taste some of these incredible wines. Everybody, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you, guys.
back. You asked for it. It is here. It's Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Love it. Remember what I always say. Go out, have a beautiful glass of wine, but remember to show kindness to each other. Have a fantastic
you.
night.